Hey guys, how's it going? OSCO here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down how to make an 808 bass, the simple way of doing it, and then how I like to process mine. So I'm going to start off with this example here, which is just a basic. It's basic 808, and then I can show you how I make these ones. They're all pretty basic ways to make an 808. It's not my preferred method. Operator's not my preferred method of doing it and using the Ableton stock plugins, but maybe in another video I'll break down how exactly that I use mine, because it's just a combination of multiband distortion and things like that I use in either multipass or phase plant, and I can go into a phase plant video that'll be coming out soon. But back to the 808s, I'm just going to create a new MIDI channel and put an operator in here. So basic tones that are coming out of operator. So what you want to start off with is a sine wave and go straight to your pitch envelope, and you want to whack that to 100%. Now playing with this, you straight away want to be playing with your decay time. So as soon as you turn it up, it sort of already starts like it's getting somewhere. Now if you want that ringing out of the tail of an 808, you want to increase the release time of your operator. Now what you're going to find is when you play multiple notes, you're going to get this wobbling sound that sine waves get. So you want to just go to your output tab, set the voices to 1, and then you shouldn't have that. All the notes will cut each other off. Now, what's been popular in recent genres like drill, and it's been used in grime a lot, and even a bit in dubstep and 140, is these gliding 808s. So if you set the pitch envelope to glide and change the time to 120, so when you hold down one note and then press another whilst you're still holding down that original note, it'll glide to the next. From this point, it's all about how much you want the decay time on your 808 to be. So you can either have it longer, you can have it really short and maybe make it a bit higher. If you want a little bit more punch at the beginning of that. But I'd recommend, if you're layering it over a kick, to not have the pitch set really sharp, because you're going to need to make sure that your kick is the decay time in the kick is the exact same decay time that's in your 808 sample or 808 patch, because again you're going to get phasing issues if they're in the same key. So what you do from this point to get more tone is it's just a sine wave. It's just a pitch envelope sine wave. What can I do to create tone in this now? So within the filter and operator, you've got different filter settings. So you've got OSR, which is, I think, OSR is a state variable circuit with hard clipping. MS2 is a Salon key circuit, which is soft clipping. Then you've got SMP, which is a hybrid between MS2 and PDR is a ladder circuit without resonance limiting. So basically these two are different. SMP is a combination of the two, and PDR is just a filter that resonates like crazy. So let's go with the soft clipping one to start off with. I'll have to turn that down a little bit. So you got to be careful when you're playing with these, because you're obviously increasing the volume by quite a lot. So already that's sounding pretty beefy. Now, there's one way to distort and get tones out of your basses. Now, with Ableton, there's this thing called the amp. I love this plugin. It's so, this little like effects unit is so useful. There's not a lot of control on there, but some of the sounds are just so crazy. You can see we've just totally crushed the harmonics here. So the reason why I think everyone should make their own patches, and rather than bouncing them out to samples is just saving them in racks, is because when you're writing a track, you can go in here, group these two together, drag the exact same patch that you've taken from Operator and put it into your new chain. Now the reason you want to do this rather than creating a separate sublayer is because every single setting, from the pitch envelope to your release settings, that's all saved on this new patch when you hold Control and drag the Operator into this next one, or you can hit, Control C, click down here and Control V, and it'll paste it. So now what you've got here is a distorted version and a non-distorted version. Well, take off the drive on that. So what you do is just boost those volumes. So that's a super clean signal. And what we'll do is we'll drop this back by -6 and drop that back by -12, because we want the sub to punch through harder. That's what we want to translate. We want to have a heavy low end. Right? So now what we can do is take an EQ, filter out all the low end in this one. Now we've just got a really simple pitch, really clean sub bass over a really dirty sound. And what we can even do now is play with the spread a little bit. So, because the decay time on the high end now is getting extenuated by the amp, what we can do here is increase the release settings on here. And then we can even go in with like some more distortion to give it even more tone. So we grab saturator, drag that on, boost that up, give it some medium curve, bring the dry wet down. And then that way you can really just carve in your frequencies. The only thing is that with the amp as well is that you will get that like popping and clicking sound after the amp, because it acts like a guitar amp. Like some of them have shorter clicks than others, but it's just about playing around with it. And then you can be super surgical with the sound when you're creating it. Then once you're happy with the level of it, and it, you're happy that the sub's hitting harder than like all of your saturation and stuff, then maybe you can bounce it out if you want, or you can save, you can bounce out these sounds individually and make a bunch of 808s with a 500 millisecond delay and put them in one folder, and then a 600 millisecond delay, and you can keep playing with things like that if you're making a sample pack and stuff. Because normally when you're making a sample pack, you'll make like 8 to 16 bar loops, or 4 to 8 bar loops. And if you're creating bass loops and you want to have separate subs from your mids to make your pack that little bit more intricate, and have those extra folders and have something to like organize yourself, like having these different decay times on these 808s will really it'll make your pack look a hell of a lot more professional, because you're trying to help the producer who's buying it to keep within the same decay times, and you can even write that down in your little info section at the end. Or it's just for peace of mind for you, so you don't have, when you're making like the the promo track with these sounds, like you're not messing up the phase and you're not battling it when it comes down to mixing, and it'll work. Like whoever's using those samples will just be able to throw it into the track and have no issues with it. So it's just things you need to think about. Making 808s is easy. You just need to. It's all about playing with the distortion and how much you want to move. Whether you want it to resonate or not. So yeah, play about with it yourselves. If you're not getting any results that you like, or if you want an 808 specifically that you want to copy, like leave the track and the links in the comment section below, and I'll make a little tutorial and put it up on my Instagram, and I'll leave all the links to my socials in the description below. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace.